Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici. Welcome, my friends. My name is Vincenzo, and welcome to my channel, Fountain Pen Therapy. Well, folks, I'm really excited today. I've got another pen review for you, but it's a brand new pen maker on this channel. I don't know why it took me so long to find out that they even exist. It just recently I was browsing YouTube, and I happened to land on a review by, and I forget the name of the reviewer, but that was reviewing their nibs, CYPRESS nibs. And I had heard the name CYPRESS being referred to nibs, not the first time. Even some of my viewers had referred me to them, but I didn't realize that they were an actual pen maker that's been around for a while, and it's just the undersigned that hasn't really known about it. And then I started doing more research, and I saw a couple of reviews and saw fascinating pens, and I went on their website and I said, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, originally the prices were in Taiwanese currency, but they have a little clicker there. You can put it in US. And when I realized that you can get decent pens for less than $100, you've got a slew of choices between 100 and 200. And, you know, folks, they come in this beautiful box. Look at it. Take a look at this. I mean, this is just fabulous. CYPRESS pens. I'm going to be reviewing the Micarta, a pen that costs less than $100. It has a 14 karat nib that I've chosen to add to it, all for less than $200. In my opinion, it's a steal. My only question is, will it write the way it looks? Stay tuned. Okay, so we're back with the pen. Now, I'm not going to do a full unboxing. I did the unboxing as part of my weekly recap for February 24th. If you're interested, it's in that review. But I did want to mention that this pen comes in this just absolutely gorgeous, an elaborate box that is going to be very, very useful. It comes in this magnetic, has 4 magnets that keep it closed, if you will. Okay. And when you open it up, there is the pen. Just an absolutely gorgeous pen, folks. I mean, it came in a tubing, very well wrapped, with a brochure, warranties, and all the rest of it. But that I did want to mention that box is quite worthy of mention in my view. Here is the pen. I don't know how to describe it, but it's somewhere in between. It looks like somewhere in between ebonite, resin, and wood. But what this micarta is, it's a really durable, cured, high temperature, sort of a composite resin that's stacked layer upon layer to create what you see there. So in the end, this is actually resin, which I find just fabulous. What I notice is that you see this side here, it kind of has that blue, green, orange, yellowish tint. I wish I had it everywhere. On this side, there's very little blue, but that's the nature of things, right? They tell you that this kind of material, and you'll never get the same look in any given pen. But I can tell you, just an absolutely gorgeous pen. It's got some nice weight. It is very, very solid. Okay, I can tell you. It is, I would say, a big pen. Not a oversized, huge pen, but a big pen. And there it is on the outside. There's really no gold trimmings. That's what I chose. It's just a very standard torpedo-shaped pen. So there you have it. Very well done. I mean, the finish is just perfection. Really, really nice. I don't know if you can see that stacked resin, but I think it's just fabulous. Can't stop looking at this pen. Okay, so if we use this green as a guide, 1, so that's 1, that's 2, so it's 2.5. To reveal this beautiful nib, that's a CYPRESS 14-karat medium nib that I took with the pen. I added that feature. Otherwise, it can come in either Bach or Yowo. And this CYPRESS 14-karat nib is in a Yowo unit, if you will. So the unit can accommodate a Yowo nib, if you know what I mean. So that is, to me, a very, very nice. I'm really, really looking forward to using it. Take a look at that feed. Isn't that nice? It's got the CYPRESS logo on it, which I think is a really nice touch. In the inside, you could see that it has a black resin on that unit there. But that nib just looks really, really nice. In fact, I believe what I will look at the prices at the end and give you all the prices, but I believe that the nib cost me more than the pen, and it was about $90 US. But it was a lot cheaper if you buy it with a pen than if you buy it separately. So that's the advantage. And what I intend to, I have lots of Yowo nibs, so what I intend to do is buy another CYPRESS pen, a little more expensive, and I will include that 14-karat nib in the more expensive pen, and just replace it with a Yowo, a nice Yowo stub. I have plenty of those in my inventory, as they say. The pen is quite comfortable, good weight, very well balanced, good size. It does not post. Okay, so there you have it. It does not post. Not a major deal breaker for me because I don't post my pens usually, but some of you might consider that as a major drawback. There is a little step down there, and you can feel those rings there, but nothing that it's obtrusive, or you're not gonna, doesn't cut or anything like that, but you can certainly feel the step down. Okay, so there you have it. Very, very comfortable pen. It does not post, however, and it doesn't have any, anything to stop it from rolling. So this is the type of pen that you would put in your box. And I guess that's why they give you this elaborate, very nicely finished box. You can always store it in there on your desk. And at the same time, you give it some marketing because CYPRESS is all over it. I like their logo. And you should check out their website. I mean, they've got some absolutely gorgeous pens. And like I said, it is my intention to order quite a few. And we'll be reviewing them en temps et lieu, as they say. So, one more thing I wanted to check is the inside of this cap, just to see if we see anything of interest. There is a nice step there. Let me just see if you can see that. I'm trying to put the light at the same time. I'm having a hard time just, yeah, there it is. The step is there. So you should not have a problem with, why am I having such a hard time showing you the step? It's like my there it is. Okay, you can see it right there. So I should not have a problem with drying. It should be okay. So there you have it. Let's do some size and pen comparisons, measurements, And then I'm really looking forward to that writing sample. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're back with a pen and size comparison. As you can see, this is my Jinhao X, what is it, 550? I forget the numbers on these things. X159, I'm sorry. The 159, I should have remembered that. X159, which, as we all know, is a pretty close clone to a Montblanc 149. That's why I chose it, so it kind of covers both pens. And you can see that it rivals that. So it is a large pen. This is my Ranga. I believe this is a 8C, but I forget the numbering. It's a Ranga Ebonite, torpedo-shaped, almost the same size. This is a Vazier pen, and again, practically the same size there. That's my Aero Diplomat to show you it's much bigger than the Aero. And this is a Fullerwin 017. And as you can see, this one is a little bit girthier, but similar in size. So those are the pens capped. These are the pens uncapped and unposted. And as you could see, it is similar to the 159 or the X159. Smaller, much smaller than the Ranga, almost the same size, but smaller than the Vazier, bigger than the Aero, and bigger than the Fullerwin. So there you have the pens uncapped and unposted. Now, I will not show the posted comparison because the subject pen doesn't post. So there will be really no point to it. So we'll be back with some measurements and then the writing sample. So we're back for the writing sample. First things first, as to, let me just tighten this. As to the ink, this is, I don't know if you know the channel, the Wet Pen Ink channel. Matthew, the owner, has decided to make his own inks. And he's put out 3 inks that it was a pleasure for me to order. Really nice. This one's called Elliott Bay. The 3 inks, you have a short review of the inks in my last recap, are right here. You could see there's the Elliott Bay, Renier Blue, and the Deception Pass. A blue-green, a blue, and a green-blue, if you will. And the Elliott Bay is this blue-green that I thought would go nicely with that, at least that blue-green portion that's right there. So that's the ink we'll be using. And the paper I'm using, as you may know, I'm on a strict challenge to improve my handwriting, in fact, change my handwriting completely. And I've come to the conclusion that to assist me in that regard, I'm going to be using this Clairefontaine 90 GSM paper with the French rule, which is for the time being helping me tremendously kind of, get my own lining all set up so that we can get some of that cursive writing done properly. So there you have it. Okay, so this is the Mr. CYPRESS Micarta and there's a number after that, but I forget what it is. And actually, let me just remember. It is the M, I have right here, B02-4. There you have it. The nib is a CYPRESS 14 karat number 6 medium nib. The ink I'm using today is the wet pen, and it's Elliott Bay. Now, what do we have to say about this nib? Well, first thing I noticed is that it is a gold nib, so there is, I think you can see that, there is a little bit of spring there. In terms of wetness, it is fairly wet. There is a hint of feedback there, very constant. No problem there, but there is a kind of a pencil feedback that you can definitely discern. Fast writing, as you can see, no problem at all following. So I would say it is very wet. Pencil feedback. It has a nice line for a medium, I must say, and it's very constant. Reverse writing, as some of you are insisting. No, I would not. I just don't like doing this, I can tell you folks, but in any event, no, there's no reverse writing there that to speak of. So that's essentially for the nib. What are the likes and dislikes? I mean, the likes, you know, the nib, the design of the pen is quite ordinary, so I wouldn't really consider it as a major like, but the material that's used is just beautiful material. The build quality is just excellent in my view. Okay. And the overall, you know, the overall look, as opposed to the design, is very, very original in my view. Dislikes, well, it doesn't post. So some of you might consider that as a major drawback. In terms of value, I mean, you got some of these Chinese pens now that are being overcharged, or they're overcharging us, are almost the same price. I've got to tell you, 10 on 10 for value. Put up the price on the screen. I believe it's anywhere between $70 and $80, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe $90, but not much more than that. Less than $100 US. I think it's an excellent, excellent value. Well recommended. Is this going to be a go-to pen? Absolutely. 10 on 10 for me. It's an everyday writer for sure. So there you have it. Let me just sign it. I hope you enjoyed that review. I think this is an excellent addition. I mean, this is my first, but certainly not my last CYPRESS pen that I will be purchasing. It is really recommended. I've got to tell you, take a look at their website. You'll be fascinated by their choices. You've got anywhere between, like I said, 100, less than 100. You've got pens at 120, at 140, at 180, at 200, at 220, at 250, and then you can go on and on and on. So, and they've got all kinds of materials. They've got resins, they've got wood, they've got the special material. I think that's the one I'm going to get. G10 they refer to. They've got these titanium nibs, titanium pens that are just spectacular. I've got to tell you, all kinds, with clips, without clips, different clips. They've got embossed nibs. They've got really everything. I'm recommending it. Take a look at this site. You'll be pleasantly surprised. So there you have it. Thank you very much for joining me. Grazie molto. A fra poco. We'll all see you very, very, very soon. Check out my weekly recap for this week, February 24th. Should be interesting. You'll see what my handwriting adventure looks like. And you know, folks, I'm doing it here. It's different. It's not straight up. We're not there yet, but trust me, we're going to get there. Thank you very, very much. Take care of yourselves.